the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexual, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard someone crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in the corner. This was definitely written pre-LGBTQ. Maybe. We'll never know. But anyway, end of chapter 20. Author's note. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault it's spelled wrong, okay? That's bitch Raven, cause it fuck you preps. Whoops, sorry's Raven, thanks for the help. By the way, Transylvania rocks hard. I even got to go to Cassel where the koala was filmed. End of author's note. I don't know what I was supposed to say at the end. I really am quite conflicted. But anyway, beginning of chapter 21. Later, we all went in the skull. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He started to run out of the palace in a suicidal way. I started to cry because I was afraid he would commit sewer slide. It's okay, Ennaby, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come, he began to cry. Tears of blood down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. Parentheses, if you're homophobic, then fuck off. Okay, it is pro-LGBT, kind of, for the most part. Very cool. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility coke. We both got under it. We saw that the janitor, Mr. Norris there, shouted angrily with his flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw filth come. He went una the invisibility clock and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch, Vampire said under his breath in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Flinch meow. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded. And then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. Sounds like something a girl in a middle schooler would have written in the mid-2000s. That's pretty much where I'm gauging where this came from approximately. No posers and shit, by the way. No posers. Or preps. No fucking preps. For real? For real. I giggled a little bit every time you said come. Come funny. Come funny. Sorry, come. But yeah, come funny. I couldn't agree more. Where did I leave off? Right, excuse me, who said that? Ah, right, before he took off the cloak. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, cause now we were running away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting in tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess, though, Draco weeps. We went back into our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Palisade. Parentheses, C, isn't that depressing, end parentheses. On the gothic red bed together, as I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door and Fug and the mystery of magic walked into the school. Spectral offer redeemed to stretch. Mango, I want a point refund so I can keep spamming stretch. No. I'm marking it as complete. Because I'm going to stand up and stretch now, so thank you. And I gotta say, you're a cunt, I can live with that. I can live with that. Thank you for the redeems, though. I'm glad that there's a whole bunch of chapters, because honestly, I didn't look up how many there were. And I don't know whether to be happy or very disappointed that there's like 20 more chapters left. With like an exposition of some sort. Can I hydrate? Thank you, Waffle. I'll do that as well. Now drink. I'll do that too. Thank you. Thank you for the redeem, sir. Thank you, thank you. Good job. I try my best. Hey Mangu. What's up, KLT? What's up, what's up? How you doing?
Word around the office is you've got a fat cock.
Why, yes, I do. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But yeah, thank you for the redeem. I got a fat cock too. Why don't we get together and rub our fat cocks together sometime? 2 fat cocks, some oil. Can I get a refund so I can spam "he's pulling his dick out" whenever he hits a sex scene? No. Maybe we should rub our fat cocks together sometime. Yeah, it's pretty much how it goes. Okay. Beginning back up with the story. Author's notes. Shut the fuck up. Preps, stop flaming, okay? If you do not like it, I know it's Mr. Norris, it's Raven's fault, okay? You suck. No, just kidding, Raven, you fucking rock. Preps suck. End of author's note. Fuck you, you fucking prep. Fucking preps. I hate them all. But anyway, beginning of chapter 22. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black, lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, wart a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy simple plain t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. I can't wait to re-listen to this all on YouTube. I can't wait to upload it to YouTube because I want this to be documented so I can fucking listen to how bad this is too. Christ. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt, a black spelled wrong jeans and leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looks like Joel Madden. And that's it for him. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all of her cleavage. Or wait, no, clearage. With a white apron that said biche. And other swear words and MCR lyrics on it. Kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, parentheses, who is Jenny, and parentheses, was there too. She was wearing a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it, and a lace top thing with black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. Who the fuck are these people? It turns out that Darkness, Diablo, Crab, and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed the sewer slide by slitting his wrists with a razor. He raped them and stuff before too. They all got depressed that they became gothic and converted to Satanism. OMFG, I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are all you here? Ennaby, something is really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put on my fucking clothes first, I shouted angrily. It's alright, we have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. That's the end of the sentence. We all went outside to the great hall and looked out from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up all our middle fingers at her. Inside the great hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelina Fudged was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumblebridge was there too. This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelina Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old, and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily, but we cannot do this. We cannot close the school. There is only one person who's capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school. And her name is Enoni Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Ellipses. End of chapter 22. It's getting very serious, actually. I'm kind of impressed. Anyway. Author's note. Hut the fuck up, bitches. You're just jellos cause I got 10,000 revoys. Thanks to Raven for the help and telling me about the box girl. Rock, let's go shopping together. End of author's note. Beginning of chapter 23. The door opened and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelina Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledum and Rumbridge sawed us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? Rumbledridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her. Oops, she made a mistake. He corrupted her. She means, hi, everybody, come in. And they spelled come with C-U-M, so they said the funny word. Chat, we're almost halfway there. We are getting there. I love this so much. This has been actually very fun for me. But let's see, where did they pick up? Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco and opposite Bloody Mary. Crab and Goyle started to make some morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Volo? I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard someone shouting angrily. I looked behind me, and it was Vampire. He and Draco were shouting at each other. Vampire! Draco! What the fuck? I asked. You fucking bastard, yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her. There's the scat kink. It came in. I knew it would. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, you motherfucker. She laughs me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then he jumped on Draco. Parentheses, not in that way, you perv, end parentheses. They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick. I feel like we've been down this road many fucking times before. He had no nose and was wearing a gray robe. All of the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort! Ebony! Darth Valor said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou hast failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou does not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too. How many times have we had this plot point? I thought, so one was a vision, the second one was him coming in to threaten again. What is this one? Why is this happening? I can only assume it is Raven's fault. I'm not entirely sure. I think the only contribution that the writer has had is in like the little kind of parentheses and quirks. And that's about it. I'm so confused. But anyway, I guess, continuing on. Please don't kill him. Kill me. Please don't make me kill him, please. I begged. No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away, cackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to contort me. Suddenly, my eyes rolled up and they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I had seen some lightning flash, and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco while Draco slits his wrists in a depressed way. What the fuck did I walk into? You walked into the best fanfic I've ever heard of, exclamation point fanfic. It's a fanfic about Harry Potter. It was probably written by a 12-year-old about like a decade ago. I don't know, but it's been interesting, and I'll leave it at that. Continuing on though. I burst into tears, suddenly roll up and looked all cool and gothic. Had a vision, calling the blah 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 blah. Kill Volder, Draco, while Draco slits his breath. Oh, yeah. No, I exclaimed sexily. Suddenly, I locked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony, Ebony, Aura, you are right, asked Draco in a worried voice. And also, any, like, spelling issues that sounds like I'm just mispronouncing? It's not me mispronouncing. It is actually written out this way. But yeah. No, I screamed sexily. Suddenly, I locked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony, Ebony, are you alright? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's alright, Ebony, said Vampire, all sensitive. No, it's not, I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed like the Ring too? It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Okay, bish, I said sadly, and then we went. End of chapter 23. Author's note. Preps, stop flaming the story. You're just jealous, so fuck you and go to hell. Raven, thanks for the help. End of author's note. Beginning of chapter 24. We all had divination next, so I got to ask Professor Trevally about the visions. Konnichiwa, everybody, come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smiled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long dead black hair with blood red tips and red eyes. Parentheses, her mom was a vampire. She also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great. End of parentheses. She's really young for a teacher. Today, she was wearing a black leather top with a red lace and a long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside in the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I erased my hand. I was wearing some black nail polish with red pentagrams on it. Would you read Noxie X Taiga fanfic if I wrote one? Sure, I'd read it. I wouldn't mind. Sure, KLD. What is ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where'd you get it? Hot Topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know that, was giving me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? Oh, about now? She asked. Okay, I said. Okay, class. Fucking dismissed, everyone, Professor Trevally said, and she let everyone go. Except you, Brittany. She pointed at Brittany and some other preps. Please do exercise, parentheses, get it, 1 on page 3. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried. Is Draco going to die? Well, she gave me a black crystal ball to lock in. I looked at it. What do you see? She asked. I said, I see a black goth skull and a pentagram. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy, wearing a black leather facet, a black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt, and a black Converse shoes. Pardon me. Let me drink some water real quick. Sorry, chat. Mouth is getting dry. Okay. If that bitch can put on a seatbelt on the first try, then she ate my tie. Understandable. Okay. Okay. You can go now. See ya, cunt, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together, and I was so exhibited. End of chapter 24. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? If you do not, then I will tell Justin to beat you up. And I'll tell all the nerds to put beer twos in your computer! Exclamation point 111111111. Fuck you! Exclamation point 1. Raven, thanks for the help. End of author's note. Need an ass so fat that it makes it hard to live a life. Relatable. Beginning of chapter 25. I was so excited. I followed Draco wondering where we were going to do it again. We went outside and then we went into Draco's black car. Ebony, what the fuck did Professor Trevolloy say? Whispered Draco, plotting his gothic wit hand with black nail polish on mine. She said she would tell me what the visions meant tomorrow. I grumbled in a sexy voice. He took out a heroin cabinet and spiked it, and gave it to me sprock. He started to fly the car into a tree. We went to the top of it, and Draco put on some MCR. I'm 100% convinced this is all satire at this point. I'm not entirely certain. I think it's all 100% very serious. And all the things that were ever said told me, and all the smiles that were ever going to haunt me, sang Gerard's sexy voice. We started tilling of each other's clubs fervently. He took off my black thong and my black leather bar. I took off his black boxers, then he put his throbbing you-know-what into my tool sexily. OMFG, Draco, I screamed, having an orgasm. We stated French kissing passively. Suddenly, I fell asleep. I started having a dream. In it, a black guy was shooting two gothic men with long black hair. That concerns me. I'm thinking this is satire. I don't think so, guys. I'm pretty sure this is serious. No! Oh my fucking god! I shouted in a scared voice. Ebony, what's wrong? Draco asked as I woke up, opening my icy blue eyes. I started to cry and tears of blood went down my face. I told Draco to call Vampire. He did it with his black Lincoln Park mobile. But the worst thing was the people who were shot in the Dreamware. Lucian and Sirius. How many orgasms has she had by now? Definitely fiction. At least like 3. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, end of chapter 25. Author's note. Preps, stop flaming the story, okay? If you do not like the story, then go fuck yourself, you fucking prep. You suck! Exclamation point 1111. Oh, why and I wasn't being racist, okay? Exclamation point. Beginning of chapter 26. End of author's note. A few mutants later, Vampire came to the tree. He was wearing a black leather Jackson, black leather pants, and a Good Charlotte t-shirt. Hey, Vampire, I said flirtily as I started to sob. Draco hugged me sexily. Trying to comfort me, I started to cry tears of blood and then told them what happened. Oh, fuck it, Vampire said angrily. He started to cry sadly. What fucking dick did that? I don't know, I said. Oh, come on, we have to tell Dumbledore. We ran out of the tree into the castle. Dumbledore was sitting in his office. Sire, our dads have been shot, Draco said while he wiped some tears from his white face. Ennaby had a vision in a dream. Dumbledore started to cockle. And do you expect me to know Ebony's not divisional? I glared at Dumbledore. Look, motherfucker, he said angrily as Dumbledore gasped. Parentheses, see, is that toot of Crackter? End parentheses. I'm not quite all sure what that meant. You know very well that I'm not decisional. Now get some fucking people out there to look for Sirius and Lucian Pronto. Okay, he said in an inanimated voice. Where are they? I thought about it, and they typed out like fought as in fight. Confusion. Then all of a sudden, long dawn, I said. I told him which street. He went and called some people and did some stuff, and after a few mistunes, he came back and said a few people were going out to look for them. After a while, someone called him again. He said that they had been found. Draco, Vampire, and I all left our rooms together. I went with Draco to wait in the nurse's office while Vampire went to slit his wrists in his room. We looked at each other's gothic, depressed eyes. Then we kissed. Suddenly, Sirius and Lucian came in on stretchers, and Professor Sinister was behind them. My favorite part is that they have no issues saying curse words or literally saying dick put in sex scenes. They just prefer to say as you know what. Yeah, no, I'm a little bit confused about it, but I'm just not going to question it. I'm sure they have their reasons. But anyway, end of chapter 26. That was a short one, I'm not going to lie. Author's notes. You know what? I don't give a fuck what you preps think about me. So stop flaming the fucking story, bitches. Thanks to Raven, your lovin' and sport and help. I love you, girl, so's I couldn't update. Lol. I was really depressed and slit my wrists. I had to go to the hospital. Raven, you rock, girl! Exclamation point. 1. And 1. Okay. Very cool. I accidentally wrote a fanfic in your DMs, Mango. I'll read it after we finish this fanfic. If anyone has any fanfics that they write out and send to me before the end of this, I will read it out. We'll get a little bit of extra funny mileage out of this, because why not? It sounds fun. But anyway, beginning of chapter 27. This one actually has a title. I'm surprised. This is, I think, the third one that has ever had one. Chapter 27. Title, Vampires Will Never Hurt You. Everyone in the room started to cry happily. I had saved them. Draco, Lucian, Sirius, Bond, Vampire all came to hug me. The nurse started to give them medicine. Come on, Ennaby, said Professor Sinatra. She was wearing a gothic black leader dress with a corset top and real vampire blood on it and fucking black platinum boots. I have to tell you, the fucking perdition. I looked at Lucian, Serfs, Drake, and Vampire. They nodded. I smelled happily and went into the dark room. I had changed Professor Sinister's, took out some black cards. She started to look into a black crucible ball. He said, Aura, I see Drac times are near. She said badly. She peered into the balls. You see, you must go back in time. She took out the time toner like Bloody Mary had. When Voldemort was in Hogwarts, before he became powerful, he got his hearth broken. Now, do you think he will still become Volxamort if he was in love? I shook my head. You must go back in time and seduce him. It's the only way. If he is still evil, then you must kill him. Now, come to your room tomorrow, and you can do it. This was gonna be good. Manga, what did I log into? We're reading a very funny fanfic, Luna. Exclamation point fanfic. I'll do that for you. Oh, fanfiv. Hold on, I'm going crazy reading this thing. Fanfic. There you go. Basically, Harry Potter fanfic, written forever ago. It's cringe. But it's a good time. It's good cringe, I think. I'm pretty sure. Where was I? Right. Okay, I said sadly. We deaths touch sin. I went outside again sadly. What fucking happened? Asked Draco and Vampire. Yeah, what happened? Asked Darkness, Willow, and Bloody Mary. I was about to tell them, but everyone was there. They were celebrating Lucian and Sirius being fond. Everyone was proud of me, but I just wanted to talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name, and some reports were there trying to interview Dumbledore. The banner was put up. Lots of fucking preps were obviously trying to be gothic, wearing the hymn sign on their hands, despite them not having actually heard of him. Even Mr. Noyes looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Krabby and